What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Respectfully. I am your host, Cam Farmer, and today, man, let's get right into this. I want to talk about something because it's been weighing heavily on my heart. Um, Kevin Stefanski was recently hired by Arthur Blank in the Atlanta Falcons, and it has generated a little bit of controversy among Falcons fans. And to Kevin Stefanski, there are some black people who think that you are a racist, um, given the events that transpired in Cleveland with Shador Sanders. Those black people do not speak for me. As much as I want Shador Sanders to succeed, uh, his play this past season rather, it does not warrant a cult being formed. That is exactly right. I called this Shador Sanders, what it fans or what have you. Yes, I refer to these group of individuals as a cult because some of you are labeling content creators, black content creators specifically, tweet users, people who actually talk the game, people who actually dissect the X's and the O's and the schematics, the coverages, the whole nine. We are being labeled as coons simply because we provide well-informed opinions about the strengths and the potential that Kevin Stefanski brings to a unique football team. We are now labeling Arthur Blank a racist after he employed a black coach for the last 2 years. We are now telling Matt Ryan to leave his job, to quit his job, after some of you were clamoring and scratching and begging and pleading Arthur Blank to hire this man. I am not saying that you should not feel any type of way about the treatment that Shador encountered in Cleveland. I will be the first person to tell you that from a football perspective, there were some things that Kevin Stefanski did regarding Shador that I did not like. But when you actually learn that he did not have a say in the draft process last year, I understand why Stefanski acted the way that he did. That doesn't mean that it was justified. It doesn't mean that it was warranted. But I understand to a certain degree. But I am being called, people are being called coons. We are bringing race into this. We have rappers who don't even watch football. Some of you are putting more credibility into what some of these rappers are posting on social media than you would an actual content creator. I'm not even talking about me, but like an actual content creator who actually talks and dissects the game from a logical football perspective. What happened to this industry? What happened to this fan base? Excuse me, I don't know why I said industry, but fan base. This fan base is so shattered, bro. It's crazy. People are calling me a coon. Somebody called me a coon because I think Kevin Stefanski would be good for this team. Well, you're not recognizing what he did to Shador. No, I am. And for what it's worth, Kevin Stefanski sucked at hiding it. He sucked at hiding, to me, what an inconvenience Shedeur Sanders was. He sucked at it. But the fact that men and women are having their black cards questioned for an individual who isn't even racist. I mean, the dude in 2020 created an environment for players to express themselves when the country was in turmoil in the aftermath of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery, just to name a few. I mean, he took his kids on a peaceful protest. What are we talking about? We gotta understand. Let me put this in perspective. At the end of the day, this is football, bro. This shouldn't even be this serious. This shouldn't even be this serious, bro. But I feel like I have to say this. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. At the end of the day, when there are things going on in this world, people losing their lives daily, children being ripped away from their families, we are being called coons. Black content creators who actually watch the game of football are being called coons. Not for anything political, but for the fact that we are recognizing the potential that Stefanski actually has with a football team that is better than the Cleveland Browns. And now some of you clowns want to boycott. And the crazy part is, y'all don't even realize how much pressure you're putting on yourself. Because what's going to happen when the Falcons start winning? I hope you're not going to show up to the game. You're the one who boycotted. You're the one who stopped buying the jerseys. You're the one who stopped watching the games. But the irony is, I'm counting on it. Y'all are so blind to subjectivity that even when there are facts and numbers and well-informed statistics, y'all don't even, that passes y'all by. I just didn't like how he treated Shedeur. He's racist. What? This is crazy work, bro. This is exactly why the Atlanta Falcons fan base, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. This is why the Falcons fan base is always laughed at. And it's crazy. I'm going to say this too, and some of y'all ain't going to like it. The same way some white people utilize Caitlin Clark's name, image, and likeness to progress racist ideology onto black and brown women in the WNBA, there are some black people who use Shedeur's name, image, and likeness to progress a narrative onto people like Kevin Stefanski that is not true, alongside progressing a narrative on people like me and other Falcons content creators who actually watch the game, who actually study the game, as coonish. And the crazy thing is, the people that are making these accusations don't even watch football. They don't even watch the game. They don't even study it. And it's crazy. And I'm not even trying to come across as if I'm this all-knowing, this all revered football mind. No, I learn every chance that I get, but I guarantee you, I could tell you what a cover 4 is. A cover 0, cover 2, 4-3, 3-4 defense. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? That's all I have to say, man. You all have a great rest of your night. Be safe. God bless. Love.